Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with a very interesting video. This is like sort of like an experimental video. So in this video, we're going to use GnuRadio Companion to generate a happy birthday song using this particular flow graph that you guys are seeing on your screen. So what am I doing right now is actually taking a vector source, and there are different values in this vector source, and where these values are coming from is actually coming from here. So if you were to look at it, I just simply Google the happy birthday song and what are some of the piano notes which are involved to generate happy birthday song, and what are the associated frequency with those. So here's a simplified version. This is basically what I used to generate the frequency. So for example, you have C4 right here is 262 hertz, and like for example D4, this is somewhere around 294 hertz. So based on whatever the happy birthday song is on piano notes and whatever these notes are and associate frequency with them. I don't know much about music though, but this is the approach that I have taken. I've taken the notes associated with that happy birthday song, also the frequency that is associated with them. So basically, like for example, 262, 294, and this is the frequency that I just used in our vector source. So this is going to be, if you can see this closely, so these are like 262, 262, 294, 261, and so on. And these are in my vector source. I'm using basically the number which is going to be associated with a particular piano note for a happy birthday song. So that's what have I done. And after that, this is going into a repeat block. What this repeat block does, it's going to repeat these samples again and again. And this has a sample rate or interpolation rate of about 32K. So that's what this sample is all about. And I am using a voltage control oscillator. So basically, based on whatever the amplitude that is coming in from that vector source, because in a vector source, these will just correspond to some amplitude. And this VCO, which is voltage control oscillator, I need that because based on the voltage value, it will generate an oscillation. Simple as that. Nothing fancy going on. That's why I'm using VCO. So voltage control oscillator is going to generate these oscillating frequency. So once I have done that, then definitely it's going into a throttle block. Of course, you need a throttle block. I don't need to have a throttle block. I can just simply, because I'm using audio sync of my laptop, which is going to be the speaker of my laptop. And the second thing that I need to do is I'm using a wave file sync. Whatever that is being generated, I'm going to hear this live on my audio sync, and I'm also saving this as mnm.wav as a wave file as well, so I can later hear this as well. So nothing fancy going on here. I have just using a link called mnm.wav, or let me just call that HBD. HBD, happy birthday, and let me just simply apply. So it's going to be saved in my document file as well, and then I can also hear this. So let's run this test again and let's see what's happening here. So I'm gonna play this now, and you can hear it using my speaker. So basically what you're hearing right now is actually using voltage control oscillator and a vector source, and using those octave frequencies and the piano notes, like for example C sharp, C minor, and all of that. I'm not much of a music buff, but whatever I found online, we're using those values to generate this sound. So let me just turn off my flow graph. So my flow graph is off, and let me just zoom out from here. And let me show you that file that I'm saving, and I'm going to play that. So just simply zoom out from here, document, and this is my hbd.wav file. I'm just going to simply play this. Of course, you can see the squeak in that sound. It's because probably it's just the software thing. But That's why. But you got the gist of this entire tutorial, that how you can generate this. And this is just due to the software and itself, the way it's sampling it, the way it's sounding, um, as far as I know. So that's how you can do it. That's how you can generate these, using vector source to generate different music, and you can do it with different songs and things like that. So I hope you like this very small and interesting tutorial on GNU Radio. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching.